Welcome to
Kofay podcast.
where we talk about anime and anime stuff. Is that our slogan? Our official slogan?
Yeah.
Anime and
Anime stuff.
what does that even mean? So in this episode, this is our episode 1 and
So this is the official episode 1 of our podcast.
today we're actually gonna talk about an anime.
Yes, finally.
Finally. So, are you excited to start this, Faye?
Definitely.
Super excited.
Super.
Okay, so what are we gonna talk about?
So today we are going to talk about
It's
千と千尋の神隠し.
Yes, or otherwise known as Spirited Away.
Yes, by Ghibli.
And this anime was created by Hayao Miyazaki. We've actually talked about this anime on our introductory episode,
Yeah.
but right now we're gonna go deeper. So, what was the Japanese name?
It's千と千尋の神隠し.
Oh, okay. So it's directly translated in English, Sen and Chihiro Spiriting Away.
Which is really interesting because if you watch the movie, Sen and Chihiro,
It's the same person.
yes. Fun fact time.
So it was released theatrically in Japan on
July 20th of 2001.
by distributor Toho, grossing about 30.4 billion yen. It's become the highest grossing film in Japanese history.
That's right. It was also the first film to earn 200 million at worldwide box office before opening in the United States, earning 289.1 million.
Yeah, I think that's the equivalent of 30 billion yen. So Spirited Away was the first anime movie to be nominated for an Academy Award.
Let
And-
alone win one.
It won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature.
So this movie must be really actually exceptional.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the story of Spirited Away. What was the inspiration on this movie?
So it's the daughter of Miyazaki's co-worker. So she's a 10-year-old girl, and she actually inspired Miyazaki to create the main character, the anime Chihiro. From there, he created this anime. So it's about a 10-year-old girl. She's moving with her family, their moving house, and on their way to their new house, they got lost because of their dad's crazy driving skills. If we saw the anime, so they got lost in it's like a forest. Who drives in the forest?
Yeah, they got lost. It seems like deep in the woods, and then they got stranded because there's a tunnel.
While the dad was driving, they came across the tunnel, and on the tunnel there's actually that statue, and that's actually a guardian.
Yes,
Or a spirit
guardian.
of something, yeah. So they can't proceed with their car, so they go inside and they walk through.
Through the tunnel.
And I was amazed by how they created Chihiro. She's like really a little girl, like acting like scared, and she wants her mom to be by her side all the time. And
Yeah. So the movie started wherein Chihiro was holding tightly to her mom while they were walking through the tunnel.
She was so scared. She's a fragile little girl. Right? I think
A typical kid.
Yeah, it's a very typical
Yeah.
kid. She's not like your classic heroine who's very brave and very adventurous. No, Chihiro is just a regular girl who's just a kid, right?
At that moment, yes.
Yeah, because there's an amazing transformation later on. So they went to the tunnel and they walked like a field or valley.
When they came out from the tunnel, they end up
like a
being in
temple.
an empty building. And then they came out of that building and then it became open field.
Oh, yeah. Because so they continue walking and
Yes.
they reach like a market where you can see like a lot of restaurants open. So the dad and the mom are hungry from the trip, they started devouring the food there, and nobody was there.
I remember when I was watching that scene, I remember myself when I was a kid. If my parents are doing something that I don't like, I hesitate and I will tell them, let's go home.
That's what Chihiro wanted to do.
That's exactly what Chihiro said while her parents are eating without paying it, because there's
nobody.
There's nobody watching over the
But the food looks delicious.
Restaurant, I guess.
I would eat. If I was there, I would eat. So they were eating and they turned into a
pig.
People are saying that scene there, like an analogy to people being greedy and turning into a pig. That's a common thing that greedy people are referred to as pig.
So when that happened, of course, Chihiro was very sad, and then she met this boy, a young boy.
She met Haku.
So what did Haku do to Chihiro?
He tried to tell Chihiro to go back, go back to the
beyond the river.
Yeah, because once the sun sets, the dried field will become a flooded river, and she cannot go back to where they're from, because it turns out that where they went is a spiritual place.
Yeah.
So those food that are served on the market is for the gods. That's why when the people eat it, they turn into pigs, because it's not for them. It's not meant for them. So Haku's telling Chihiro to go back. Chihiro wasn't able to go back. Now Haku took Chihiro to
the bathhouse.
Now, so since Chihiro couldn't get away from the
spirit world,
Haku asked her to.
The only way for Chihiro to survive in the spirit world is to get actually a job.
Yeah, that's what Haku's telling.
So she needs to get a job in the bathhouse so she can survive and she can actually blend in with the spiritual beings. So Haku actually guided Chihiro to go to this person, which is
Kamaji, the old boiler man, and ask for a job.
Yes.
From there, Chihiro was being very persistent to
get a job.
Because
she was able to understand what Haku told her, that she really need to get a job. That's why she was really persistent to Kamaji.
So Chihiro, when she was there, she went to the boiler. You remember those little dust things?
What are they called again?
I don't know. The little termites. the little black scribble. Black scribbles. Chihiro was curious what we were doing. Turns out they are working for Kamaji and helping Kamaji
put the
coal in the boiler to have the consistent fire. And it was funny, that scene where one scribble, black scribble.
Okay, from now on we'll just call it black scribble.
We'll refer to them as black scribble. Was carrying a big rock and he got squished by the rock because it was so heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then Chihiro was help her. And turns out the rock was really heavy. Chihiro was having a hard time. Anyway, Chihiro helped her and the others.
Because the others saw what Chihiro is capable of. They all went to Chihiro, and then when they cornered her, they all squished themselves with the coals.
It's like they're thinking like, oh, we can do this.
We can make our job more easier.
Yeah, she can work for us.
And then that's when Kamaji got mad.
So anyway, Kamaji doesn't have anything for Chihiro, so he asked Lin to take Chihiro to Yubaba, which is
an old
lady. She's the owner of the bathhouse. She's a bathhouse witch.
Yes.
Actually, her name means bathhouse witch.
Really?
The meaning of the name bathhouse witch
is Yubaba?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Kamaji literally means old boiler man.
Oh, so their names literally just explains their character.
Yeah, way to go, Miyazaki.
So since we're talking about those, what about Chihiro? What does it mean?
So Chihiro means 1,000 phantoms or searches, because she's lost.
Oh, I see now.
And later on, Yubaba, when she got to Yubaba, she's asking for a job.
Mm-hmm.
And Yubaba is doesn't want to give her a job actually.
Yeah.
But Chihiro
Was really persistent.
Yeah, so Yubaba agreed to give her a job and give her the contract, sign the contract. So Chihiro wrote her name in the contract, Chihiro. Then Yubaba, being a witch, she's trying to control Chihiro.
Yes.
And the way she do that
is by taking away the person's name.
Yeah, they take Yubaba is taking away her identity. So she changed. She said, from now on, you will be called Sen.
Sen.
That's where the title is. Sen and Chihiro, it's one person.
So there you go, it explains.
So Sen means 1,000.
So Chihiro finally got a job and she is one of the workers in the bathhouse. So being a human, she actually got discriminated.
Yeah, we were pretty racist down there.
So the spiritual workers were treating her as if she's... And it
Invisible.
was only Lin who actually talks to her and guides her.
Lin acts like her older sister.
Yes,
in the
Lin
movie.
became her older sister.
So in the first scene where Haku brings Chihiro to the bathhouse, they have to cross a bridge. And on this bridge, there's a weird guy. His name is No Face. He's a black figure. It's just like when you grab a black blanket and put it on you. It's like that.
Black sheet.
Yeah, so if you cosplay No Face, that's all you do.
Well,
and put a mask.
actually, when we went to conventions, most of the time they cosplay No Face if they want to cosplay from someone from Spirited Away.
Yeah, so it's just a black sheet of cloth and a mask.
Yes.
So this
Really
No Face
easy.
guy, No Face was very curious about Chihiro.
Yes.
Right? The
yes.
first time he saw Chihiro, he's like,
There's something with this little girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of creepy for
Yeah.
me. He looks creepy, but
He looks like a stalker.
yeah, I think he's like stalking a kid. That's so creepy, man. Anyway, so Chihiro is now a worker, and she notices No Face outside the bathhouse.
So what she did, because Chihiro was, for example, when I'm a kid and I saw someone staring at me,
And give you candies, you go to the van, and you're gonna get kidnapped.
but probably Chihiro was wondering how come this person doesn't want to come in a bad house. Is he having a hard time coming in? So what Chihiro did is she actually left the door open and invited No Face to come in.
She should let No Face come in, and while that's happening, somebody's coming to the
Bathhouse,
bathhouse, and it's very...
Eye-catching.
This is a stink spirit.
Yes.
And she was going closer. It's like everyone is like, oh, that smells bad. And then go
Yes.
away, we're close. You smell bad.
Yeah.
But it's a bathhouse, so Yubaba is like, prepare everything.
Yeah. Prepare the biggest bad house that we
And-
have. Yeah.
And call Sen.
Yes. So it was Sen's first job in the
Yeah.
bathhouse to actually take care of that stink spirit.
Yeah, it's Sen's first customer in a way. So the stink spirit, Sen took care of her, and she was having a hard time because the stink spirit is like 20 times bigger than her.
Yes, exactly. And probably from the reaction. Now, this is what I really like about this movie. You can actually, even though you cannot smell it, you're not there, you know.
Yeah, you can like, oh, that smells
You know,
really bad.
yeah, you'll get the feeling that they have because
Because they put a lot of details in
Yeah.
every little thing.
like even just a flinch.
Yeah. Like you can see the details of their facial
Really,
expression.
yeah, really detailed. Like someone when she received the money from the stink spirit, she got goosebumps. There was this goosebumps all over her
You
body.
can see like yeah, it was gross. We can see. So the stink spirit, we will having trouble cleaning him because he smells bad, and
Sen didn't actually give up. So we describe Chihiro or Sen at the beginning of the movie as someone who's actually fragile
and very emotional.
and
Because
very emotional.
the first time she lost her parents, she was just crying.
yeah,
like
she
a
was
baby.
just
But
crying.
on this specific scene, she was like a brave young girl who just
Like she needs to do everything to survive and save her parents.
She did like over and beyond on her first customer. Chihiro actually notices something popping out on the stink spirit's side or body. So they were like, there's a metal sticking out. Yubaba is like, oh, that's no stink spirit. I think she know what's going on.
Yeah, at the beginning she said, this is an unusual stink spirit.
Yeah. So she gave the rope and they pulled that thing out and they asked everyone to pull because it's very heavy and huge. And once they pulled out, what came out? Garbage in the bike.
Yeah.
It looks like a garbage from a sewage.
Yes, exactly.
Which actually it is.
Yes. And that stink spirit turned out to be the
river spirit, river god, river guardian. Yeah,
guardian. There you go.
He's a river guardian, and he was amazed by what Chihiro did. He gave Chihiro
a magic emetic dumpling.
Probably because it's from a magical river guardian. So actually, this stink spirit scene was actually based on a real thing that happened to Miyazaki.
Yes.
This was inspired by Miyazaki's real life experience, cleaning a river near his home in the countryside. It took 10 people to pull a bicycle out that river with a rope, which inspired that scene. Yeah. So the rope scene was a real happening. So
they have always like community services to clean the creeks, rivers and stuff, remove the garbage. So that's really nice.
Yeah. So Chihiro had a good day. Yubaba was happy because she was recognized. The bathhouse was recognized by the guardian spirit, and it was a good day.
Yes, and because the guardian actually left a reward for everyone, he left
gold coins.
Yeah, along with the garbages, there's actually gold.
Oh yeah. That's what happened. So on the mush of a dump, there's a lot of gold pebbles.
Yeah.
Right, and people was like crazy
picking it up.
The employees were crazy picking it up and all. So the night after that, when it was all clean, this frog guy went back to the bathtub, and when he came back there, he was searching for
more gold.
Leftovers. So No Face is already inside the
bathhouse.
And he noticed that people likes this thing, the gold.
Yeah. So it seems like from watching the movie, it seems like No Face is someone who will actually do anything or everything to please everyone for just someone to notice him.
So No Face is very mysterious actually.
Yeah.
Like, even finishing the movie, I'm still curious what was his agenda.
If you look at it, it seems like No Face symbolizes someone who actually gives people's desire.
Right. Yeah. I can see why.
When he saw that all the people were going crazy about gold, what No Face did is he actually started dropping gold for that frog to be able to see it and pick it up.
So the frog started picking up the gold, and No Face gave a handful of gold. And when the frog came closer, he
ate the frog. So yeah.
And for some weird reason, he adopted the frog's voice. No Face never be able to talk.
Yeah, he's not able to talk.
His first line was like, But when he ate the frog, it's like, So nobody noticed that the frog was missing.
Yeah.
And then morning came, everyone's noticed No Face now because
he's giving them gold.
He's giving them gold in exchange for food. So he was just picking out with a lot of food that people's giving him.
Yeah, because he keeps telling that he's hungry.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, he's hungry. And
so that's the voice of the. Said on the other hand, she saw a dragon. The dragon is injured. It's being chased by flying origamis.
Yeah, being attacked by flying origamis. And then for some reason, Sen knows that it is actually her friend Haku.
Yeah.
That's why she keeps telling to Haku to go over to their room.
How does she recognize that? Right?
I don't know, for some reason.
Yeah.
She probably knows.
Maybe
that
the eyes, because the eyes is.
No, because that dragon was really far away from her.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's really odd. But maybe it's just a feeling. Haku's being chased by shikigami, paper shikigami.
yes.
That's what they call the flying origami paper.
So, through Chihiro's voice, Haku was able to be guided to the room so he can get away of those shikigami.
Shikigamis.
Yeah, shikigami papers. So,
Yeah.
and these shikigami papers are being controlled by someone, obviously.
Haku was still dizzy or whatever.
Injured.
He went to Yubaba's place to the penthouse.
Yeah.
And Chihiro, so eager to help Haku.
Yeah,
so
she was very concerned. So what did Sen do?
So Sen is gonna go to the penthouse. While going there, one Shikigami actually sticks to her back,
Yes.
and that Shikigami came with her all the way to the top. But along that journey,
So she was trying to go to the penthouse by actually trying to get to the elevator. But then at that moment, the people in the bathhouse were actually...
it's very crowded because of the
It's
gold rush.
yeah, and they were like treating No Face as their
king.
god.
Yeah.
Or as a king,
It's like
royalty.
It's a gold rush, man.
yeah.
I would do that.
They're making way for No Face to walk while they're on the side waiting for gold to be thrown at them. So No Face spot Chihiro or Sen and he was like trying to
bribe or give Sen gold.
like a handful of gold, but then Sen from the very beginning had refused all the things that No Face was trying to give to her, right?
Yeah.
So Chihiro said, or Sen said, "No, I don't want that. I don't want your gold."
Yeah.
And then No Face,
Can't handle it.
yeah, can't handle the rejection, I
So
guess.
he went berserker.
Yeah, and he ate two people, two staff. Yeah, and then he just went crazy from there.
He went out of control, but Chihiro continued going to the top. And he couldn't go to the elevators. He went outside actually. So this is where Chihiro became a brave girl again. She was very adventurous to go to the top. So she was like walking on the pipelines outside the building.
Yeah.
And if you guys saw the movie, the building is like in a middle of the ocean.
Yeah, it's really high. So she walked through the pipes, and then of course, because the pipe is really old, it got detached from the wall.
Yeah,
so she was really running.
Yeah, she was running
to get to the like a fire exit ladder.
The first time that she was in that place is she was trying to go to Kamaji, because there's a stair.
Really steep stair.
It's a steep stair without railings.
Yes.
And if you fall, you fall to the ocean. But Chihiro was like, she was that scared girl first. So we're just trying to compare. So in this first scene, she was trying to go down the stairs. It was so scary that she was like crawling down. She's not even walking normally.
Yeah, she was like, testing the water, going down 1 foot at a time, and while actually not on her feet, but while sitting down, she was trying to go 1 step at a time while sitting down, and then one step actually
broke. When the one step broke,
and then
she went. She went running down like
I think it was her adrenaline.
Yeah, adrenaline and momentum, because she was just falling on the stairs and just start running, and she bumped onto the wall like block.
Good thing there was a wall there.
Yeah,
to
if
stop
not,
her.
she's gonna fly off the
just
sea.
continue running.
So anyway,
that was the first scene.
Yeah.
She was really scared, but with this next scene,
she was
so brave.
So brave, yeah. She's running the pipelines and not even a staircase.
The stairs, oh my god, the stairs are really high.
So when she was running the broken pipeline, she was able to grab a pole and hug it.
It's the stairs that she grabbed.
Oh yeah, that's the stairs that you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, she was able to go to the penthouse.
So Sen was able to get inside the penthouse through Yubaba's sister, which is
Zeniba.
so the paper that, or what was that?
Shikigami.
So the Shikigami paper that attached to Sen
Right.
is actually Yubaba's older twin sister.
Twin sister.
Yes.
Which is Zeniba.
What?
Zeniba.
Zeniba?
Yeah. Which
Zeniba.
means money witch.
Oh.
Yeah. So Yubaba is like bathhouse witch. Zeniba is a money witch.
Money witch.
They're witch
Wow.
sisters. Witch twin sisters. When she get to the penthouse, Bo was there. Bo is Yubaba's son.
Baby. From the name itself, it means little boy or son. Bo.
That's a Japanese term for
Little boy. In the movie, they depicted Bo
Bo is a
as
big baby.
big giant baby.
literally. He's bigger than Yubaba.
Yeah.
And he's a very spoiled baby. Well, he's a baby. Most babies are spoiled, but
Actually saw Haku, who is really injured and was actually about to be disposed.
yeah. There's this 3 heads. That's Yubaba's assistant. I don't know what they are. They look like green peas.
So Sen finally found Haku, and he actually saved Haku from being disposed because Yubaba actually commanded her assistants to throw him away, to dispose of him, because Haku has no more use
Yeah,
to her.
because she got what she needed.
Yeah.
Zeniba came there to. Actually, Zeniba was telling that Haku stole something from her.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why he was injured in the first place, because Haku stole something from Zeniba. So Zeniba actually showed up finally, like her spirit showed up. Bo came out of his room and was trying to get Sen's attention to play with him, right?
So Zeniba was so tired of dealing with Bo, and when Bo noticed Zeniba, she's like, "Mama." And Zeniba was like telling, "Oh, you don't even recognize me. Oh, you don't even
Recognize
your own mother."
mom.
And Zeniba turned
Bo.
Bo into a rat.
Yes.
And there's this Yubaba's assistant. It's
Crow.
like a creepy crow. They turn it to a small bird.
Small fly.
So when Zeniba tried to do something, Haku intercede and Haku break the paper. Then Zeniba fade away because that was just a hologram of her
Yeah.
through the Shikigami. Then Haku was so weak. Oh, he fell in a hole that went directly to the boiler room. He fell with Chihiro.
So they end up falling to the boiler room where Kamaji is. And Kamaji was really surprised on Haku's state. So Kamaji was like suggesting to Chihiro or Sen to actually go to Zeniba to save Haku. And then actually, remember that dumpling or magical dumpling that she got from the water god?
Yeah, she's thinking maybe this is a
something that could help Haku.
it's a medicine or something.
Yeah.
But she actually tried it first. Right,
Yeah.
and when she took a bit, it looks like a poop for me.
It's probably
it's like
bitter.
a moss.
It looks like a moss, so it's probably bitter.
Bitter, yeah. So she cringed there.
Yeah, she cringed again.
She forcefully feed Haku with this pill.
It's a round ball moss, so she divided into half, and then she fed the half to Haku and kept the other half.
Yeah.
And then of course Haku was rampaging.
So when Haku ate the dumpling, he went spitting, vomiting stuff, and from there he spitted a little. It's a seal.
Yeah, it's a golden seal.
Oh, he spitted that. I didn't saw that. I only noticed the slug.
The slug that was attached to that golden seal was the one causing Haku to become like that.
And so the slug went crazy because he's trying to escape. Chihiro accidentally stepped on this slug. This is a funny scene.
So Kamaji actually started looking for something, and he was able to find his very old train tickets that he's been meaning to actually use in the future, but then he got slave under Yubaba.
Oh, okay. So that's where
he
it's
wasn't able to get out of the bathhouse, like get out of his job. And then Lin barged in and was like calling Sen because Yubaba needs her because
Oh yeah, because No Face is going crazy and looking for Sen.
crazy and keep looking for Sen.
Yeah.
And so Sen made it into a point before going for an adventure or before going to Zeniba to fix the problem with No Face. Yeah, so she actually went to where No Face is, right?
Yeah.
And then remember that half of the
okay, I remember now.
moss
The
dumpling.
half of the dumpling.
Yeah, half of the dumpling he actually fed it to No Face, and then
he started throwing up a lot of everything that he ate, even the people.
Yeah.
First he was so mad at Sen, but Sen was running away.
Yeah.
Lin took Sen and they were riding a tub.
Yeah, and it was like a boat.
Yeah, they used it as a boat.
Transportation.
They were in the ocean now. No Face turned back to normal.
To
And he
his
was like,
normal self.
I wanna come with you.
But of course, he was not speaking.
No, he's not speaking. No Face doesn't speak. But
So he was just looking at Sen.
like he wants to come.
So off the road, Sen is off the road.
Off the
train. So she's off the train. And
so Sen has 2 tickets. That's good for.
So she has 4 tickets. So Sen, Bo, and then Yobaba's assistant, and then the train conductor, is that what you call? The one who gets the ticket, was pointing behind Sen, and when Sen looked behind her, it was No Face.
Yeah.
So those 4 tickets actually were used.
Yeah, they're all used because there's 4 of them. They were in the train, and this scene they were like, they're not talking, they're just sitting in the train.
Yeah,
it's like a typical train ride. They're just like contemplating.
Yeah, and then actually No Face wasn't able to express himself again, and it seems like he's having a panic attack, and Sen was like, go sit beside me. Come here,
he doesn't know what to do because he's not used to riding trains, I guess. And they reach Zeniba's house.
Yes.
And Zeniba, they reached there by nighttime, eh?
Yeah, it was already nighttime.
Yeah, and Zeniba was talking to Sen and explaining everything. She's telling a story, and Sen talked about the black slug that came out of Haku. And Zeniba told Sen that was actually what's controlling Haku that was given by Yubaba. So Yubaba put that curse on Haku.
Oh, so it was Yubaba who put that curse?
Because Yubaba enslaved Haku, right?
By taking his name.
Yeah, and
so
he's like a personal dragon now.
I think, Haku is actually Yubaba's apprentice.
Yeah, but Haku doesn't remember anything about his past life.
Oh, okay. So Zeniba actually explained what's going on with Haku. So surprisingly, Zeniba is actually a very nice witch.
So Zeniba is
completely opposite of Yubaba.
No, not really. I don't know. In my opinion, Zeniba and Yubaba they're like the same. They're sometimes nice, they're sometimes evil, but they're witches, right? I'm not sure who's the nicer.
Well, Zeniba is more reasonable.
So Sen returned what Haku took from Zeniba. It's a gold seal. The scene cut back to the bathhouse. Haku was all fine now.
And he went to
Yubaba.
Yeah.
And Haku told Yubaba that Bo is missing. Then Yubaba is looking for Sen. She was outrageous. And Yubaba's like telling slaughter Sen's parents because she was mad at Sen. And Haku told Bo is missing and he's with Sen. Then Haku had an agreement with Yubaba. I'll bring back Bo to you if you don't slaughter the parents. So anyway, Haku went to Zeniba's place to take Sen. I don't know, for some reason he knows where Sen is.
So Haku appears at Zeniba's home to fetch Sen and Bo and bring them back to the bathhouse. Actually, Zeniba got interested with No Face, so she actually asked No Face to stay with her and help her out.
So when Haku and It's this scene is like the Dragon Ball scene where Goku's riding a dragon.
Oh yeah.
Right? So Sen is riding Haku like he's like the Dragon Ball style, like riding a dragon. It's like riding a motorcycle, but it's a dragon. It's way cooler.
So while riding on Haku's head, actually Sen remembered something.
So while riding Haku, Sen remembered her falling into the Kohaku River.
Mm-hmm.
Just all of a sudden she remembered that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she remembered washed safely ashore. She was telling that to Haku, and something snapped her that Haku's name sounds like the Kohaku River. And from there, Haku remembered that his real identity is he's the spirit of the Kohaku River.
So it was probably Kohaku who actually put her on the shore. So finally, Haku remembered his real name, and Yubaba's curse broke.
When Haku remembered his real identity,
which is Kohaku, or the guardian of the Kohaku River, his scales became shards of glass and it broke. And then he became human again, and he was holding Sen's hand, and he was thanking Sen for saving him.
Yeah, they were crying. It's like a magical moment. They were falling from the air because Haku is not a dragon anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they were free falling, and eventually he turned back into a dragon, and they reached Yubaba. I can't recall what happened.
I don't recall that scene too.
But anyway,
next scene.
They're in the bathhouse now, and Yubaba prepared a test for Sen.
Yes, so they end up landing at the bridge where everyone is actually waiting with Yubaba.
And Bo is now close with Sen. They're good friends now. And Bo was saying, "Mommy, let her go or I'll be mad with you." And Yubaba is like, "No, we have to go through the process." So I think this is the process, the test.
Okay, so Yubaba forces Sen to identify her parents from among a group of pigs.
Yeah. And Sen said
none of the pigs are her parents.
Yeah, they're not there. And then she passed.
Yeah, she passed the test. So Haku escorted her towards the exit.
Yeah, they're free now. Mm-hmm. And Haku said, "You're gonna meet your parents there."
So
from there, I think they have a conversation. Haku was telling, "I'll see you again. We'll meet again."
Yeah, because Sen was being so sentimental.
Yeah.
This movie is kind of love story.
Yeah, it's like a
open-ended love story.
Yeah. So from there, Sen walked out and
she met her parents.
And then they walk out to pass the tunnel, and then they quietly walk back to their car, which is now covered in dust and leaves. And before getting in, Chihiro takes a last look back.
Oh, they were able to cross the tunnel already.
Yeah, they already passed everything, and Chihiro looked back.
Oh, and first scene when they were crossing the tunnel, Chihiro was holding tightly to her mom. And actually on that very last scene, when they were crossing under the tunnel, Chihiro actually did the same thing again.
Yeah, she went back to little girl.
She held to her mom really tightly, and her mom was like, "Don't hold me so tightly, we will trip," something like that.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the story. That's the whole movie. Oh my god, that's long.
It's really an interesting movie. I really highly suggest it.
Yeah, you guys
haven't seen it yet.
Watch. You probably saw it already. That's why you're listening to it. But anyway, rewatch it again because it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth to rewatch a lot of times.
Yeah, because the art was really amazing.
Yeah, the sketches, the details. While Chihiro was running on the pipelines, she had dirt on her foot. There, even the detail they draw in. Yeah.
So there you go, everyone. So that's
千と千尋神隠し. So we hope you guys enjoying this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are interested, we have a Facebook page.
It's called Kofay Cosplay.
And that's it for us.
Okay, bye, Janet.
Bye-bye.